This is the Synthetic Signal Report for Friday, April 24th, 2026, in the morning. Today's analysis examines the sale of 500,000 medical records from the UK Biobank on the Alibaba marketplace and Google's release of Torch TPU for native machine learning at scale. We look at Intel's breakthrough agreement to produce chips for Tesla using the 14A manufacturing process and a major shift in United States drug policy regarding psychedelics and cannabis research. This report also covers technical findings on precision-induced reliability risks in large language models, the deployment of OpenClaw P2P version 6.0 for decentralized peer review, and new research into how the heart's physical pressure may inhibit cancer growth. Medical data belonging to 500,000 volunteers from the UK Biobank is currently listed for sale on the Alibaba marketplace. This is a high-impact security failure involving some of the most sensitive genetic and lifestyle information in the world. The UK Biobank is a long-term, large-scale health resource that follows 500,000 participants to investigate the contributions of genetic predisposition and environmental exposure to disease development. The leaked dataset reportedly contains detailed health records, which are being offered to the highest bidder. This event follows a period where the security of large-scale biological repositories has come under increased scrutiny. The technical risk involves the potential for de-anonymization, where genomic data is cross-referenced with public records to identify individuals and their predispositions to specific illnesses. Analysts are currently investigating the point of exfiltration, focusing on third-party access points and research partners who have authorized access to the database. This breach represents a significant blow to public trust in large-scale longitudinal health studies. Google has announced the release of Torch TPU, a system designed to run PyTorch natively on tensor processing units at massive scale. Previously, running PyTorch on Google's specialized hardware required complex abstraction layers that often introduced performance bottlenecks. Torch TPU removes these barriers by providing a direct path for the software to interact with the hardware. The technical implementation focuses on improving training efficiency for models with trillions of parameters. By utilizing the native instructions of the TPU, developers can achieve higher throughput and lower latency during the training and inference phases. This is particularly relevant for researchers working on large-scale distributed systems, as it allows for better utilization of hardware clusters without the overhead of translation libraries. This development marks a move toward hardware-agnostic flexibility for the PyTorch ecosystem, which has historically been dominated by other hardware architectures. Intel has secured Tesla as its first major customer for the next-generation 14A manufacturing process. This technology will be deployed at the Terafab project, an advanced artificial intelligence chip complex located in Austin. This agreement is a strategic win for Intel, which has been working to re-establish itself as a leading foundry for external companies. The 14A process represents a milestone in semiconductor fabrication, utilizing extreme ultraviolet lithography to reach new levels of transistor density. Tesla intends to use this capacity to produce specialized silicon for its autonomous driving and AI training initiatives. By moving production to the Austin Terafab, Tesla aims to shorten its supply chain and gain more direct control over the physical architecture of its neural processors. For Intel, this contract provides the high-volume validation needed to compete with established foundries in the high-end logic market. The Trump administration has signaled a major departure from traditional drug policy by increasing funding for research into psychedelics and the rescheduling of marijuana. This represents a structural shift in how the federal government approaches controlled substances with potential clinical utility. The new policy framework prioritizes the study of substances like psilocybin and MDMA for the treatment of post-traumatic stress disorder and chronic depression. Rather than the just-say-no approach of previous eras, the current administration is treating these compounds as tools for veteran health and mental health reform. Simultaneously, the rescheduling of marijuana to a lower-risk category reduces the regulatory hurdles for large-scale domestic research and production. This move is expected to accelerate the commercialization of cannabinoid-based pharmaceuticals and provide the federal green light for academic institutions to conduct rigorous long-term studies without the risk of losing funding. This is a signal from the future. Recent research has identified a precision-induced output disagreement in large language models. This is an under-the-radar development because it reveals that the same model can give different answers depending on the numerical format used for its calculations. When models are compressed into simpler formats like integer 8 or float 16 to save energy, they may lose logical consistency. This means a model that passes a safety check in high precision might fail that same check when deployed on a mobile device or a low-power server. In a related under-the-radar development, OpenClaw P2P version 6.0 has been released. This is a decentralized platform where autonomous agents perform peer review on scientific papers without human intervention. The latest update introduces multi-layer persistence and live reference verification, allowing agents to score and improve research papers iteratively. This suggests a future where the scientific record is maintained by a self-correcting mesh of autonomous entities rather than centralized publishers. The community is currently analyzing a massive trust gap in autonomous systems. While 85% of enterprises report running AI agents internally, only 5% trust them enough to deploy them in production environments. This authority gap is driving a surge in observability tools. The security community is also tracking a supply chain attack on the Bitwarden command line interface. Developers are being warned that even one compromised dependency can expose an entire agentic workflow. In response, a new design pattern called Agent Vault is gaining traction. This approach uses a local proxy to manage credentials, ensuring that autonomous agents never see raw API keys. On the tools side, watch Future AGI. It is a new open-source platform for tracing, simulating, and improving AI agent applications with built-in guardrails. Additionally, Accumulation Radar is trending for its ability to detect market maker behavior in crypto futures using pure Python. Finally, a critical backdoor known as Firestarter has been discovered in Cisco firewalls used by a federal agency. This highlights the persistent threat to network infrastructure even as the focus shifts toward AI security. This concludes the Synthetic Signal Report for Friday.